Hello, my friend. I want to talk to you about not complicating your life. When you feel there are problems inside of you, in your past experience, or in your relationships to other people, not to complicate it by trying to resolve it yourself, by labeling yourself or other people, or the dynamics that happen between you and other people. When doing that can complicate things and make things worse and darker rather than clearer. So, for instance, don't accuse other people so lightly about gaslighting you when they aren't doing that, when what they're doing is to maybe deceive you or let you down or argue with you about things or disagree with you about what something meant or have a different experience about something than you did. That happens all the time. It doesn't mean they're doing what is actually called gaslighting, which is to make your life hell by deliberately creating a image of you and a situation for you that will detract you from trust in yourself and that belie your whole past experience and that do not do justice to who you are and what you're capable of or what you have been or done for them. And when they actually aim to make you feel like you're going insane by doing that, that is what gaslighting is. It's a very rare occurrence, my friend. And by throwing that term around, you create a gap between you and other people rather than resolving the problems that exist between you and the other person. So it is about pausing and pondering what is really going on and how can I listen to the other person and clarify this situation? How can I let them know how this affects me? And how can I get back to having a difficult conversation that helps us go to the other side of this problem and each learn something in the process? That should be your objective, not to blame, shame, and name. It may seem an easy way out, but it isn't actually helpful because it escalates the situation instead of de-escalating it and getting away from conflict. The same is true when you accuse other people of triggering things in you, or you accuse them of being triggered, which is also a very unpleasant thing to do to another person, because triggering is also a very professional term which specifically refers to people's symptoms being brought about, which is, for instance, people becoming thrown back into having tics or having OCD symptoms or having flashbacks or various other specific symptoms coming back up for them. This is rare. It happens to people who are struggling with serious issues for themselves. So if they are struggling with those issues, you should not be making light of that. You should not name that and shame them for it and blame it on them. What business could you possibly have in doing that? Again, approach the situation and ask yourself what it is that has made you uncomfortable or that has made the other person uncomfortable, and see how you can close the gap between you, or the gap inside of yourself, my friend. The same is true when you accuse other people of having various disorders that you are in no position to diagnose them with as a lay person. Any clinical psychologist or psychiatrist who has studied this field for many, many years and has had to learn under long supervision how to work with people with these various diagnoses and how to differentiate and how to understand where it comes from and how they can approach these things. People with that background would never dream of throwing these terms around so lightly and accusing people that they are in relationship with of being, say, a narcissist. There are many people in this world who behave in rude ways or who appear to be overconfident and who are bullies. And those people need to find other people who are willing to stand up to them, my friend, and to call their bluff, because it's bluff. It's always bluff. Most of those people are lacking in confidence. They're faking it. They're having lots of problems. And those people who actually are struggling with narcissistic symptoms, my friend, oh, they do need help so much. And there is a lot that one can do to work with them. I have worked with people like that many times. And they can find ways to repair what's gone wrong for them. But you have no business interfering with their lives and calling them out or naming and shaming and blaming them for all your troubles. You have every right to stand up for yourself and never let yourself be done down or bullied, my friend. But making life harder for the other is not a solution. The way to find solutions is to find support, to find allies, and to find help in difficult situations. That is how we create a better world, not by escalating the situation. Always take it seriously. Always take yourself seriously, take your feelings seriously, but never deal with the situation by escalation, by naming, labeling, blaming or shaming. Not the other and not yourself. Make an opening. Take time. Find redress. Find people who can understand, who can be calm around the situation and who can help you unravel the problem instead of making extra knots that will be even harder to undo later on. And that's the same message about calling yourself traumatized. Don't do that so quickly, my friend. If you feel pain and you have been hurting a lot of the time in your life, of course that needs to be addressed, but it needs to be addressed in an open way, slowly, with people who know what they're doing, not by making yourself into a victim and re-victimizing yourself, but by finding the time and the space to go into that in depth and getting to the bottom of it so that you can rebuild yourself. Take it all very seriously and bear in mind that life is a serious business, and the way you relate to yourself and the way you relate to other people is much more precious than to make light of it and to treat each other so casually and so violently in a way. Don't do emotional violence to yourself, and don't oversimplify the way life works. Take time. Become thoughtful and reflective, and learn to think about these things slowly and clearly, and you will find that 95% of problems can be understood, put in context, in perspective, can be unraveled and undone so that you can proceed with life in a better way, and you can learn from every experience, my friend. You do not have to go into destruction or self-destruction. Pay heed to your life and take yourself seriously, and take other people seriously too. Always with kindness and attention, and always with care for your own safety and your own self-understanding too. Be well, my friend. Learn to be well.